The audition room. Okay, first it starts before you leave your house. Like, what do you wear, you know? To tell you the truth, guys, if you're supposed to be a cop, don't look like a cop. I mean, like, don't wear like a cop outfit. It's not a commercial. In the commercial world, you almost need to have a membership to like a costume design place. But when it comes to theatrical, you want to give the essence of the character. Like if you're playing a detective, maybe wear, I don't know, a t-shirt with a jacket. And if you're playing a doctor, you know, maybe a button down, but don't go in scrubs. It's just too needy, you know what I mean? But give the feeling of it. You know, years ago, I used to dress like, if I was playing like a fun like character, I would wear like something really fun and pink. I wore like puffy sleeves. They were really in then. And so they were like the girl in the pink with the puffy sleeves. So you do want to stand out, but you don't want to stand out so much that you are like a clown, you know what I'm saying? So you need to look like the character, but not exactly like the character. They have costume designers for that. You just don't want to do too much. And don't bring props to indicate the character either, okay? Again, it starts with your shoes and it goes all the way up. And just think about, how does this show pretty much cast people anyway? Go on IMDb Pro and look at all the images and see how do they cast for this character. Because if you look like you're on the show and you act like you're on the show, you're going to be on the show. So you have to look like you're already in the cast. You know what I'm saying? So if the cast wears a lot of grays and a lot of dark blues, or if you're going in for like I don't know, like an FBI training program, they always wear Henleys. You know, think about, how does the costume, the stylist, what do they put you in? And so start building that kind of a wardrobe up. Then you get to the audition, okay? And you walk through the door and you're already focused. We talked about that in the previous episode of what you're going to do in the waiting room. You're already focused. You walk in the door. Do not shake everybody's hands. Everybody is freaked out about disease and whatever, viruses and flu and all that. Do not shake everybody's hands. Be pleasant, but try to look at everybody in the room and just look like you'd be great on the set. Now, if it's a feature film, you want to look like you could hang with people for weeks. Because I got to tell you, you're going to be on the set with them for weeks. So it's got to feel like they can get along with you. So, you know, be somebody that somebody wants to hang out with. Now, in television, it can't look like you're high maintenance, especially if you're going in for a co-star or guest star. Just get in there and do your job. I know some women, they bring their bags, they bring their coats, and they take forever to put their coat and their bags down. Get in, do it. They don't want to worry about you. It's got to look like you know what you're doing and they don't have to think about it. Otherwise, it reads as high maintenance, and you don't want to be high maintenance. And don't ask any questions. That is not the time to ask questions. You shouldn't be asking any questions at all. You should have had all your questions answered. If you have any questions at all, that should have gone to your agent or your manager way before walking in that room. So now you're in the room. If you're playing like a murderer or somebody that's like freaky, you still have to look like you're easy to get along with, guys. You can't look like you're a murderer or you're freaky or act like that, because they're going to think you're that way and they're not going to cast you. So it can't be like such a difference, like you're all like Disney-fied and then you become the serial killer. But just keep it mellow. Keep it cool. You know, kind of like when you're at a bar and you bump into an ex, you're like, hey, what's up? And you're still doing your thing, you understand? So you just stay within yourself. Do not try to please the room. Just come in and be yourself. Go do your work. Let them fall in love with you as the actor. A lot of you guys give great interviews and you suck at your audition. It's not about the interview. And also, guys, the more you engage in the interview, the less you're going to be focused on the work. So just get in, answer the questions if they ask them. Just be pleasant. Just be easygoing. And just get to work. And then if they ask you a lot of questions and you're totally out of the scene, take a moment. Okay, I'm ready. And do that. Or put your head down. Okay, I'm ready. You know, something like that. Now, if they have the first line, you better be ready for right after the conversation. They're going to come right in when it's television. The room is going to be very fast if it's television and you're only in on a co-star or you're only in on guest star. It's going to be really, really fast. But if it's a bigger role, they will slow it down because they want the best person possible for that. And they've been searching and searching. And if you're remotely even close, they'll work with you. But also, guys, I got to tell you this. If you get an adjustment in the room, it's probably because you didn't do enough homework and you're not telling the story as written. So you're not doing guideline number 1, which is read the script 10 times. You shouldn't need an adjustment. Not on the first call. If they adjust you in the callback and the director's there, then that's good because they're interested in you and they want to keep you there for a while and they want you to be the best you can be. But in the first call, if they're calling back 10 people and you were the only one that needed adjusting, you're not going to make the cut. So make sure you're telling the right story as written. Now, if you're in a scene with multiple people and they both have an equal amount of dialogue, and let's say it's 2 detectives and you, and it's kind of like they're kind of like one person, then only look at the casting director. But if you're talking to 3 completely different people, then you better choreograph that out way ahead of time and know exactly where they are. And those of you that are doing self-tapes, everything needs to go towards the camera. Not at the camera, but towards the camera. So if the reader needs to be right there or above or on the side. So if you're talking to 2 different people, you put one person there and one person there. But don't put them here or there. Do you see how far away it is? If you're over here and you're over there, it's really, really far away. But if you put them here and you put them here, then that's great. Also, guys, just in general on self-tapes, don't have the reader right near the camera because then they're too loud. Have them all the way back. And make sure that it's towards them over here. I hope you love this as much as I love doing this for you. Stop worrying about the other guys. They should be worried about you. You want to be hot. Become a booking machine. So, hit like, make a comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend.